Hello everybody and welcome back to Enjoying Retirement. Today we're going to be doing some snorkeling in San Juan, Puerto Rico. From Baltimore, that's a very convenient flight. It's about 4 hours southwest straight into San Juan. We went down there to visit my brother-in-law who was doing some work and gave us a great opportunity to go visit Puerto Rico the first time, and we really enjoyed it. We took our snorkeling gear and decided to go up and head to the beach. The first one is Escambron Beach. That is just as you start entering the old town of San Juan. It's probably the most common beach you hear about when you go snorkeling in San Juan, and for good reason. It's got a beautiful little reef. It's clear. It's protected. It's got some barrier reefs out there. Pretty good sized area to do some swimming, and you really get a chance to see how the fish live in coral ledges, lots of rocks. There's a lot of sandy area, so you get a real good mix of fish. Some of the areas were fairly dirty in terms of sand blowing around. Other areas were pretty clean. It just depends on where you are. But this is a real nice beach to go to. It might get crowded on the weekends. We went there on a Monday in early November and pretty much had it to ourselves. So I'm going to let you take a look. I'm trying to do a better job of identifying the fish, so you'll see me pop up with the names that I think they are. If you happen to know that I'm wrong, please leave a comment. Let me know. I'm going to take up an activity here in a couple of weeks where knowing the type of fish that I'm seeing underwater becomes real important. So please help me out if I got anything wrong. For now, go ahead and watch, and in a bit we're going to switch to another beach that is much less well known and less publicized. We spent a couple hours at Escambron, really enjoyed it, and then the afternoon we went over to tour El Morro, and I'll put a separate video out on that. But the next morning we headed down a bit, and as you can see, there's a nice laguna here just before you get to Escambron Beach. There is a good beach you can see in the top right-hand corner. That's Playita del Condado. It's next to a lot of high-rise hotels, so it gets kind of crowded up there. But as you can see from the overhead view, there are some nice reef structure and rocks underneath. But what we did is we weren't staying there. We were staying in Marriott Courtyard, and we had walked by this on the way to Escambron. And it's a beautiful little beach. There's no parking, but it was about a 10-minute walk from where we were staying. So we decided to go there the next morning and check it out. Well, we ended yesterday with a Barracuda, so we started one with a Barracuda here. And this beach, it doesn't have the same amount of coral, same amount of rocks, the ledges that the other one had, but it does have a fair amount. It has good, clear water. And it had many of the same fish, a few extra things that you'll see coming up here. But I really enjoyed snorkeling at this beach. I'd recommend that if you have youngsters and you can walk to this area, it's probably a great beach to go to introduce folks to snorkeling. It stays fairly shallow along the beach. You can see a lot of sand in the picture, but you can also go out further. And out in the laguna the day before, as we were walking back to the hotel, we saw 2 manatees out there. So this is connected to the ocean, and it does get the big fish in it, but it's really a beautiful little beach, and probably a lot more private. The downside, of course, is there's no immediate parking, so you have to walk to it, but it's not a real far walk if you're staying down there. Anywhere along the strip, or especially if you're up at the courtyard like we were. So once again, I'll tone down and we'll just watch the fish for a while. Another thing that I noticed here quite a bit more than at Escambron is that the shoreline is made up of a lot more shells and pieces of broken coral. I don't know about the coral, but if you have anyone who's interested in collecting seashells, much better chance to find that here from what I saw in my 2 days there. Well, we had a great time in San Juan. We're definitely going to be back. Enjoyed the people, enjoyed the food, enjoyed the water. It was a great trip. If you get a chance, go check it out. Certainly visit the well-known beaches, but keep an eye out for the hidden gems as well. Take care, and I am enjoying retirement.